Covering all of the Flint Bay region, Fox 66 News at 10 starts right now.
There is no political bias involved. It is only going to be based on the evidence.
Tonight, Attorney General Dana Nessel speaking exclusively with Fox 66 and defending her decision to drop all the charges in the Flint water crisis investigation. In total, 15 state and city officials were charged in this investigation. The 8 active cases will be dismissed without prejudice, which means charges can be reinstated. 7 others pleaded no contest and will now have their records wiped clean. The Attorney General's office saying the cases were mishandled by the previous administration, and the best way forward is to start over. Fox 66's Famie Redwood was the only reporter in Michigan to talk with Dana Nessel. She joined us live at the Genesee County Courthouse with how all of this unfolded. Famie?
Yeah, Dave, the Attorney General Dana Nessel says the discovery of new evidence is part of the reason why the cases were dismissed without prejudice. Families we spoke to are calling this a never-ending story, but Nessel responded, saying the story does have an ending, saying she has full confidence in her team.
I knew that they would be thorough and comprehensive and that they would be ethical in their approach.
Attorney General Dana Nessel speaks highly of Solicitor General Fadwa Hammoud and Assistant Attorney General Kim Worthy. You may remember earlier this year, Nessel replaced the Flint water prosecution team with those two. In this January press release stating the cases cost the taxpayers millions of dollars, but many now questioning how much more this recent move will cost. According to the most recent numbers available from the state fiscal agency, the AG's office has paid $8.1 million for legal costs related to the crisis. And the total cost of this case so far, $30 million.
What's the price of justice for a city of nearly 100,000 people? And the thing is, we have to be fair. We want to make certain that every person that needs to be held criminally accountable is, but also that we're not prosecuting people who have not actually committed crimes.
Nessel says, admittedly, the cost is upsetting.
I was very critical, and I have been very critical from the very start about this, prosecutor for pay. I don't subscribe to that. I think you use career civil servants in order to prosecute these cases, and that's what I've done.
She says, unlike the former prosecutor Todd Flood, her team is not being paid by the hour.
There is no political bias involved. It is only going to be based on the evidence, the facts, and the law.
But will families in Flint ever see justice?
I absolutely believe that they will, and that's what we're doing right now. In terms of, say, statute of limitations issues, yes, the clock is ticking, but we still have some time.
But Sandra Jones from the Greater Holy Temple God of Christ Church Distribution, visibly upset, says she doesn't believe it.
Who has the money? And people are tired, and they know that. We're talking about 5 years, girl.
To be clear, Nessel says some of those who were charged will be charged again, saying those who are guilty are not going to get off scot-free. But as you just heard, a lot of people in this community lacking trust. Live in Flint, Famie Redwood, Fox 66 News.
Thank you very much, Famie. Well, the state plans to hold a community conversation in Flint on June 28th. Until then, the AG's office says no other information will be given out. Former Attorney General Bill Schuette, who launched the Flint water investigation, defended his actions in a series of tweets today. Schuette said, "We had an experienced, aggressive, and hard-driving team. Everything we did was for the people of Flint." The Office of Special Counsel brought in 59 charges against 15 individuals. The OSC won 5 convictions. In addition, the OSC's case against Nick Lyon and Eden Wells were successfully bound over for trial. And the Office of Special Counsel was fully prepared to try both cases. State and city leaders in Flint didn't hold back their thoughts on the decision to drop these charges. Fox 66's Alicia Vergio joined us live outside City Hall. Alicia, who did you talk to, and what did they have to say?
Dave, we We spoke to Flint Mayor Karen Weaver, City Councilman Eric Mays, and State Representative Sheldon Neely, who is also running for Flint. Councilman Mays and Representative Neely are concerned that the tens of millions of dollars spent on the investigation throughout the past 5 years have been for nothing, while Mayor Weaver says she hasn't lost hope that those who are responsible will be held accountable.
For them to say that we have found other documentation that needs to be looked at, and a lot of it, I think that's good, and it speaks to the seriousness of what has happened, and it speaks to their commitment to bringing justice to the people.
I'm concerned that money, it's a lot of money. What could it have done? What value did we get out of it, and what will it cost in the future?
We can't have another 5 years or another tens of millions of dollars lost on nothing. So lip service shouldn't be here. It should be holding people accountable for what happened to this community.
Each of these lawmakers say they understand the disappointment and frustration residents here in the city of Flint must feel, but urge everyone to be patient and just hope justice will soon be served. Live in Flint, Alicia Bergio, Fox 66 News.
Thank you, Alicia. We continue to get reaction on this news. Senate Minority Leader Jim Ananek saying in part, quote, "Let me be clear. I want to see people behind bars. The people of Flint believe that they will never see justice, and sadly, so far, they have been proven right." Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha, whose research helped expose the Flint water crisis and revealed children were exposed to dangerous levels of lead, says restorative justice is critical for healing. Today's news that prosecutors dismissed Flint water crisis criminal cases is painful. I urge that all Flint water crisis investigative documents be made public. Flint deserves the truth. Justice delayed cannot be justice denied.
To me, it's about when. Like, when will we see justice? Like, what does justice look like? I don't even know what it looks like anymore.
As you can imagine, many people who live in Flint are in disbelief that the criminal cases they've watched unfold for years are no more. Fox 66's Veronica Meadows with their story.
Oriana Hawks stands on her front porch looking at 2 issues of Time magazine. One from 2016, where her son Sincere is front and center with a rash on his face. And one from April, showing what her family's life is like now.
Nothing ain't changed here. Like, why are we still in this situation? I don't know. It's heartbreaking to me a little bit.
Oriana's family still uses bottled water.
For cooking, we're still using it for my younger kids, still using it to brush our teeth and wash our face. Just normal stuff that was not normal, but is normal to us now.
And Oriana's distrust of the government that's been building for more than 5 years only grows following the Attorney General's announcement.
Hearing her campaign and hearing her all, talk about the good things she was going to do to help Flint. Like, I can't see how she possibly thought that her making this decision without notifying the people was going to be a good decision. I'm really starting to feel like nobody cared about us and our lives and like how this crisis has impacted a lot of our lives.
While Oriana promises she's not giving up raising awareness to the Flint water crisis, right now she's lost, thinking about the unknown of what's next.
To me, it's about when. Like, when will we see justice? Like, what does justice look like? I don't even know what it looks like anymore.
In Flint, Veronica Meadows, Fox 66 News.
We have a well-known Flint water activist visiting our studio tonight. Fox 66's Stephanie Parkinson is sitting down with Melissa Mays.
Melissa Mays is. She's been fighting as an activist for years now to help bring clean drinking water to Flint. In fact, Melissa is one of the defendants who helped bring that federal case against the state and the city of Flint, where a judge did end up mandating that lead service lines in the city would get replaced, a big feat that is now pretty close to completion, actually. So, Melissa, we want to thank you for being with us today. And we want to know, when you first heard this news earlier today, what went through your mind?
I didn't believe it at first. I was shocked, and then as I realized that he was telling me that the charges had been dismissed, I was angry, I was frustrated, and all I could think about was the families who had lost loved ones. How are they getting the news, and what were they thinking and feeling?
So moving forward here, though, do you have faith in this Attorney General, in her office, in her legal team?
I would have had more faith if they would have told us that the new evidence they had, they were building from it, that they were working with what they had, they were going to make it better and stronger, but tossing it aside, throwing it away, no. I mean, my faith kind of went in the garbage can with the charges.
Do you think that they're prepared to keep investigating, to keep moving this forward, and to bring justice for Flint?
It's a good question. I wonder if they're prepared to move these cases forward. Is that why they feel they have to start over? Could they not take over and move them forward? I mean, especially the ones that are so close to going to trial. I mean, maybe they're not ready because this is a complex case. I don't know. It's just scary.
You and a lot of other activists in Flint, you've done so much, from the federal court cases to other things on the ground in Flint, to help people heal. But how do criminal charges specifically, possibly even prison time, we're talking when it comes to some of these cases, you know, if they continue to move forward with some of these again, how does that bring more healing to Flint, in your opinion?
For the people who have lost loved ones or who have watched our children change and our lives are completely upended because of this, it would mean that our lives matter, that you can't just poison us and walk away scot-free, that we're not going through this for nothing, and that we actually, each and every single person in Flint, have some kind of value, and you can't just poison us and toss us away.
What do you wish? You told me you wish there was a bit more communication. So what do you wish would have happened before this announcement today?
It probably wouldn't have been as shocking to us had the Attorney General's office met with us, met with the residents of Flint, especially the victims and their families, you know, and told us what was happening and why, and explained it. Instead, we had to hear about this through tweets or through press releases, and we have no way of asking questions, and we have to wait 15 days to be able to ask anything. So putting us through this all over again of we're making these decisions for you, without you, is just, hey, deal with it, residents of Flint. Just deal with it.
When it comes to trust with a lot of this, do you think that there's less trust now when it comes to the people of Flint?
I think that trust was starting to be built with charges moving forward and the announcement about Snyder and his phone and all that, but this just pulls the rug out from underneath it because it's something we were blindsided with. And you talk about re-traumatizing the community and all these things happening, giving us a sense of hopelessness and helplessness. No, everything just completely gets leveled when it comes to the trust that's supposed to be built. When you leave us out of it, we can't trust.
Well, thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. We'll, of course, continue to follow this. For now, we're going to head back to Dave.
Thank you, Stephanie. Tonight, we want to know what all of you think. Should these charges have been dropped? A lot of you are speaking out on our Facebook page. Let's take a look. Tammy Berry says no. They have killed and harmed people's bodies. They all need to be held accountable. Len Pitek says yes, incompetence is not a crime. To watch the exclusive raw interview with Attorney General Dana Nessel, read lawmaker reactions, and find links to previous stories, head to our website, WSMH.com, or download our Fox 66 News app. Still ahead tonight, we take a look at what impact the 1994 crime bill had on crime in the U.S. and the role presidential candidate Joe Biden had in passing that controversial legislation. And also tonight, we'll take you inside the Genesee County Drug Court and hear the stories of those who are trying to piece their lives back together. Plus, a lawsuit involving Amazon Alexa has been filed in 8 states, including right here in Michigan. Parents, you're going to want to hear about these disturbing allegations. And it's game on for one Grand Blanc high schooler, how she made it on Jeopardy, and what it was like meeting legendary host Alex Trebek.
This is Fox 66 News at 10 with Dave Bondi, Stephanie Parkinson, Chief Meteorologist Jamie Cagle, and Sports Director Gina Trotman.
New tonight was the 11th annual Great Lakes Bay Pride Awards banquet at the Anderson and Richmond Center in Saginaw. Each person and organization were nominated by members of the Great Lakes Bay region community. June is Pride Month, but the Pride Director says there is still a lot of work to be done.
We've come a long way in 50 years. We still have places to go.
Our very own Famie Redwood was the featured keynote speaker at tonight's event. It's the game show where you win by asking questions. Now, this Grand Blanc High School student is getting her big chance to win $100,000 on Jeopardy's teen tournament. Fox 66's Sarah Yeager met up with a sophomore on her last day of school.
Sharia Yarlagata loves to learn, so much so that she's already worried she'll get bored during her summer vacation.
I think she's one of the most diverse students I have ever met in terms of her interests and the things that she is passionate about.
But she does have plans for next week, meeting up with her Quiz Bowl teammates to watch her debut on Jeopardy!
I've been watching Jeopardy! Since I was maybe 4 or 5, and it's always been a dream of mine to be able to go up and do that.
Prior to competing on the show, Sharia first had to pass an online test and an in-person audition before being invited out to LA.
I didn't really expect to make it on. I just did it for the fun of it.
The tournament was recorded months ago, and Sharia has been sworn to secrecy about how she did, but can say one of the most memorable moments was meeting Alex Trebek.
I guess I keep calling everything surreal, but that was the most surreal moment, because I was like, this is the man himself, the legend. This is Alex Trebek. And so, yeah, it was a crazy moment for me.
And as for any potential winnings?
I would like to use some of the money to put towards college, hopefully. But aside from that, I also work with this nonprofit in Flint called the Community Foundation of Greater Flint. So I'd like to use some of that money to put in a fund for adding funds to the grants that we do.
In Grand Blanc, Sarah Yeager, Fox 66.
That is really cool right there. Jeopardy's teen tournament begins next Monday.
Now, your certified Fox 66 Storm Ready forecast.
Good evening, Mid-Michigan. Well, the last of the rain still exiting to the east right now. We'll start out with a look through our Skynet cameras. Right now, as you can see, Flint, Saginaw, Bay City, and Mount Pleasant. The weather is quieting down for the time being right now. You can see the last of the showers still dropping north to south across the Thumb region. All this is going to be east of I-75. And as we get closer to midnight, we should see more and more of that rain moving to our east, and we'll see more and more clearing coming in from the west. So take a look at that futurecast. Again, the clear skies moving in through these overnight hours. We're going to continue to go into Friday morning. Beautiful blue skies overhead, sunny conditions, but they won't last very long. The clouds start to move in. As you get to about the middle of the afternoon, you're going to notice some rain showers. Looks like primarily north of the Tri-Cities, but again, right down to about the Tri-Cities, moving across the northern Thumb, and then staying just north of our I-69 corridor into the later part of the day. Starting to see Saginaw pick up some showers, 5, 6 o'clock. Much of the I-69 corridor is staying quiet, and then we get to 9 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll start to see everything dropping a little further south. So the I-69 corridor may miss out on rain almost entirely for tomorrow. But then as we get into Saturday, notice it gets real spotty around here, real spotty rainfall, and we continue with the rain as we go into Sunday and Monday. So for those temperatures tomorrow and sky conditions for Flint, mostly cloudy skies. We'll try to get to about 70. We might see some light showers, I think mid to late afternoon. I think for Saginaw, you have a better chance for those showers 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock into the evening. And as we take a look at those rainfall totals, again, as you go north of the Tri-Cities, that's where you're going to pick up some of that rainfall. Numbers aren't too extreme, but again, we have some more showers for Saturday and for Sunday, for Monday as well. So it starts to add up, especially north of the Tri-Cities over the next couple of days. But again, the signature for the precipitation forecast is it's going to be pretty low chances over the next couple of days. And here we are with the 7-day forecast. I think the best chance north of the Tri-Cities tomorrow, very spotty on Saturday. Sunday and Monday, I think we have a better chance of picking up a few scattered showers. But again, I don't think we're talking necessarily downpours, and we're not talking about localized flooding or anything like that. Again, if we can keep the rain to a minimum, that's going to be ideal for a lot of us.
I was driving around today in the Birch Run area, and the fields for the farmers, because of the rain yesterday, just soaked again. I feel really bad for them.
Yeah, they just cannot catch a break, and right now in any extended forecast, it doesn't look like any sort of dry spells coming our way.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. Yep.
This is Fox 66 News at 10.
The Genesee County Drug Court recently received a $2 million federal grant to help fight the growing opioid epidemic. The court is an intensive form of probation that includes drug tests and regular meetings with counselors. Fox 66's Joel Fike takes us inside.
Every Monday.
I was clean and sober for 7 years, and when my father passed away, it just devastated me.
The Genesee County Adult Drug Court is in session.
My drug of choice was heroin.
About 100 people have been enrolled in the court in each of the past 5 years.
I'm on a schedule,
doing stuff every day, keep him busy.
It lasts from 1 to 2 years.
We want to protect the community. I mean, the folks that are in drug court are people that are committing crimes to get high.
32-year-old Dustin Dady of Davison is a former addict whose brother Daniel died of an overdose.
I was a wild child, per se. I drank a lot, at a young age.
Along the way, OxyContin, cocaine, and heroin.
I was the hopeless variety, very desperate. I might have did things like sell dope to get dope.
He says drug court has allowed him to embrace sobriety. It took him to the birthplace of Alcoholics Anonymous.
We sat at the table where it all got hashed out, where AA was born.
Dustin is one of the many success stories here. One lady was even given a prize.
Oh, it's a gas card.
Okay. What do you think the gas card means?
But there are setbacks here as well.
We've had some people that have not made it through the program that have overdosed and died while in the program. And I've been to their funerals.
One man missed his drug test, so the judge sent him right to jail.
I don't really want to focus on that, negative from today.
Yes.
I want to focus on the positives of the rest of your time in the drug court program.
Judge Lashana says drug court is a better deal for taxpayers. It's far less expensive than jail since the program's funded by the state and the users themselves.
The more open relationship the court has and the team has with a participant, the higher their rate of success is.
Many of these people have hit rock bottom more than once.
I was faced with prison time also, and it was either, make a change for the better or go on to the bitter end and just die.
For those who are ready to quit, drug court can be a connection to a new life.
What we want to do is treat the underlying addiction so that they don't commit crimes, and it makes our community a better place to live and a safer place to live.
There is a solution. And we just had to find it.
Judge Lashana says recovery isn't easy. Perhaps drug court can help. The only alternatives in some cases are jail, prison, or even death. In downtown Flint, Joel Fike, Fox 66 News.
The new federal grant money will be used over the next 5 years to help extend a treatment for all of those people.
Good evening, Mid-Michigan. While the clouds are clearing out to the east, the rain is clearing as well as we go into the overnight hours. We'll find ourselves under clear skies. We're going to find those temperatures dropping to the upper half of the 40s. Take a look at your futurecast, and again, midnight or shortly thereafter, we should be clear and quiet across the lower peninsula. Beautiful start to your Friday. Beautiful blue skies overhead. However, it doesn't last very long. We start to build in the clouds, and by about the middle of the afternoon, notice from about the Tri-Cities north, rain showers, light rain showers. At least they're light rain showers for now. We'll get to 5 o'clock. Some of us still dealing with a few showers at that time. And then a little heavier line dropping south as we get into the later part of our Friday, heading into the weekend. This line weakens just a little bit, but continues to drop south through the overnight hours. The good news is for Saturday, even though there's rain in the forecast for Saturday, it is looking like it'll be very light, very spotty in nature. So again, not a washout, not an all-day rain, but a little nuisance rain here or there. And unfortunately, it continues, at least the rain chances, Sunday and into Monday. So tomorrow, increasing clouds, afternoon and evening rain. The winds a little on the gusty side, 10 to 20, gusting 25 to 30. Temperatures, at least we're still in the 70s. It'll be low 70s across the area. And you can see for the next couple of days, yes, there's rain chances. Not strong rain chances, but nonetheless, you'll have some scattered showers to deal with. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a little bit drier around here. It looks like a little uptick as we get into Thursday as well. Some more scattered rain there. And I think we get a couple of pesky showers on Monday. Unfortunately, the outlook even beyond the next 7 days as we go to days 8 through 14. Notice that little bullseye with the green there. So highlighting that we do have a pretty good chance that we'll stay above normal for the rainfall, rain totals over the next, as we go the next 2 weeks out, because here's the first week. And you can see we do have some scattered showers for Friday, some spotty showers on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, still keeping with the showers. And then again for Thursday. And as we saw that precipitation outlook, that big green bullseye over the Ohio River and parts of the Great Lakes, that's the next 7 days after this one. So again, that wet weather pattern just will not quit. We can get about 2 or 3 days But yeah, we need some real dry weather, which is really strange because most times we come out here and say, yeah, we need the rain to come in again. So it's
a lot of people out there saying this does not feel like summer. Like tonight, you need a light jacket on when you're out there.
Yeah, along with those cloudy skies and the rain, chilly weather too.
It's Michigan, though. That's
what
Michigan,
happens.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. Michigan State Police say they have recovered the SUV connected to the double murder on Dordt Highway last week. It was in a storage facility. Police arrested a 35-year-old man in connection to the homicide. Police say Nick Collins and Nolan Thomas were killed when they were shot and ran over with an SUV at a liquor store. 2 women were also hurt. The rules for marijuana in Michigan are being set as the state prepares for the recreational industry. For the medicinal patients, the system is already up and running, but some say it's just not working. Regulating marijuana in Michigan, both medicinal and recreational use, is now done by one agency. The first public meeting for the new marijuana regulatory agency was held earlier today. Now, as of June 1st, more than 287,000 people in the state use medical marijuana. Since its creation about a month ago, MRA has approved 100% more operating licenses than the old board did in the last 7 months.
Now we don't have that lag time where we have to wait for the scheduled board meeting to come up. Staff can just make decisions on those on the fly.
The MRA has scheduled the next 3 public meetings for this year, and they will be held around the state. We have a list of dates and locations on our website, WSMH.com. 2 tankers were attacked in the Gulf of Oman today. The 2 ships, one carrying oil, the other transporting a cargo of chemicals, were struck in international waters near the strategically important Strait of Hormuz. This attack comes less than a month after 4 other ships were struck in the same region. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is leaving her job as White House press secretary at the end of June. President Trump announcing the news on Twitter, thanking her for 3.5 years on the job. Trump said she will return to her home state of Arkansas, and he floated the possibility she may run for governor. Chaos in Memphis overnight after U.S. Marshals shot 20-year-old Brandon Weber. The violent protest left at least 24 officers and deputies injured, as well as 2 journalists after bricks and rocks were thrown at them. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, U.S. Marshals were trying to stop Weber, who they say was wanted on multiple warrants as he was getting into a vehicle outside a home Wednesday night. Police say Weber shot someone who was selling a car on Facebook 5 times. How to keep America's streets safe has always weighed heavy on the minds of decision makers, but in the 1990s, following a skyrocketing crime rate, lawmakers passed the 1994 crime bill. Sinclair National correspondent Christine Frizzau takes a look at the impact of that legislation and tells us why it's back in the news again.
The question 25 years ago, how to crack down on violent crime at a time when murder rates were through the roof. The answer from Congress, the bipartisan 1994 crime bill, signed into law by President Bill Clinton.
Let us roll up our sleeves to roll back this awful tide of violence.
The bill, a $30 billion package. It created the Violence Against Women Act, harsher sentencing penalties like the 3 strikes rule, but is also credited with contributing significantly to mass incarceration in this country. One of the chief authors of the bill,
a guy named Biden, wrote that bill.
Then Senator, now presidential candidate Joe Biden.
There's no evidence at all that the prison boom that the 94 crime bill subsidized did anything for crime.
Still, Ames Grauer with the Brennan Center Justice Program says the bill did quite a bit of good as well.
You know, say what you will about the parts of the crime bill that funded prison growth. It also funded police officers.
100,000 new police officers on the street. And while the crime rate had already started on a sharp decline before the bill, many attribute those additional police, as well as data-based policing, for that line continuing to fall.
Policing matters, but more than that, good policing matters. So policing that's engaged with the community, that has the trust of the community, and that goes off of honest-to-God data about where their resources are needed.
Much of the research looking into the crime decline points to the economy as a central reason. While there are some discrepancies, criminologists argue the more economic opportunity means fewer reasons to commit violent crimes.
So now people have more jobs, and people have more stable jobs, and they don't need to, for example, get illegal income from other sources.
One more factor to consider as Congress and presidential candidates look ahead at the best ways to keep our streets safe. I'm Christine Frizzell, Fox 66 News.
If you receive WEYI NBC 25 via antenna, you will need to rescan your digital receiver on or after 12 p.m. on June 20th. If you have cable or satellite, your signal will not be affected. Rescanning is simple, requires no new equipment or services. For more information on how to rescan your TV's tuner, visit fcc.gov/rescan or call 1-888-CALL-FCC. Bay City Western tries to punch its ticket to the state championship game. See how they did out in East Lansing. Coming up next. Hello, it's time to look now at our Chime-In Gallery. Let's take a look right here. Look at this flooding. From all the rain we have been getting, this was in our Burst Chime-In segment sent in by Michelle Duncan. Thank you very much, Michelle. School is out for the summer for some students. This is how students at Jesse Ross Elementary School in Saginaw celebrate at the end of the school year. They call it the Bubble Wrap Party. Pretty nice way to end the school year. I love always popping the bubble wrap, and they got to do it. The whole school got to do it. They're pretty cool. Yeah?
I thought they were all wearing tap shoes at first. I couldn't see the bubble wrap. That's awesome.
It was hard to see. Do you love the bubble wrap?
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that here.
We should have that at the office as a way to relax.
Or to tell people you're at work finally. Well, they would know you made it.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. No sneaking in on the bubble wrap.
Exactly. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, more rain.
More rain.
We have some light showers still in Lapeer County right now. We're going to get some more rain tomorrow. Mid-afternoon right into the evening hours. Temperatures, at least we're holding on to 70s. This is going to be windy tomorrow, so hold on to your hat. And we have the rain continuing, mostly showers Saturday, Sunday, going into Monday.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you back here, NBC 25 News at 11 in just a few minutes.